Oppo today has announced the new handset in its new series called as the Oppo F5. This series comes after the Oppo F3, which we saw earlier at Diwali with a special red edition. So Oppo F5 is the first handset from Oppo, the Chinese smartphone company, which features an 18:9 full view display on the front. Talking about the design, this time the fingerprint sensor is on the back above the Oppo branding. There is a primary camera at the back, the 16 megapixel camera with f/1.8 aperture, and on the bottom there is microSD port, 3.5 audio output jack, and the speaker grill. On the front, as you could see, the display 6-inch display with 1080 x 2160p pixels resolution. On the top there is a 20 megapixel secondary camera with ready flash and earpiece. The handset runs on an octa-core processor with 4 gigs RAM and 32 GB internal storage. India might witness the 6 gigs RAM and 64 GB variant, but this is the 4 gigs RAM variant. It comes with 3200 mAh battery and with a micro USB port, as we said earlier. Apart from this, the handset runs on ColorOS 3.2, which is based on Android Nougat 7.1. with no new features apart from what we have already seen on ColorOS. ColorOS, if you might not know, is a custom UI skin from Oppo that only runs on Oppo handsets. So that's pretty much it. Talking about the camera of the smartphone has a 16 megapixel resolution for the back and 20 megapixel resolution on the front. The camera UI, as you've already seen earlier, is pretty much the same with different shooting toggles on the top and different shooting modes on the bottom. There are different filters, different options for users to directly shoot the best shot from the camera app itself without using a secondary editing app. Apart from this, it comes with panorama shooting mode, time-lapse shooting mode, beauty shooting mode, a professional shooting mode with changes like white balance, aperture, focal length, etc. So this all enhances the shooting capabilities, and Oppo being quite focused towards its camera on the smartphone, it might help them to target more users. Comparing Oppo F5 with its closest competitor from Vivo, which is the Vivo V7 Plus. Vivo V7 Plus is the first handset from Vivo which has a full view 18:9 display. This handset is pretty much similar to what Oppo F5 is offering with the same kind of build. So talking more about these handsets have a full view display. Both of them have 18:9 aspect ratio with fingerprint sensors mounted at the back. From the back, you might be confused if they both are in the same color, although there's a difference in the branding of these two, obviously, with the same positioning of fingerprint sensors and the secondary rear cameras at the back. 3.5mm audio output jack, micro USB port, and speaker grill are also aligned in a similar way. Both of them have a clean top with power button and volume locker aligned on either edge on Oppo, whereas it's aligned on a similar edge on the Vivo. Both of these handsets run on Android 7.1, which is the second latest offering of Android. These handsets have their own custom UI skin, which is the FunTouch OS on Vivo V7 Plus and ColorOS on the Oppo F5. As we said earlier, both of them have Android 7.1, so that's pretty much it. Talking about the internals, Vivo V7 Plus has 4 gigs of RAM and 64 GB internal storage, whereas the Indian variant of the Oppo F5 might witness 6 gigs of RAM and 64 GB internal storage. Vivo V7 Plus runs on octa-core Qualcomm 450 mobile platform, whereas an octa-core processor is also running on the Oppo F5. The cameras on these handsets have a slight difference, with Vivo being on the upper edge, because Vivo has a 24 megapixel front facing camera with selfie flash, whereas Oppo has a 20 megapixel front-facing camera. Both of the smartphones have 16 megapixel rear camera sensors with f/1.8 aperture. The camera UI, to be honest, looks quite similar on both of these handsets, with shooting toggles on the top and shooting modes at the bottom, with tap to focus and click shutter to shoot a picture. Apart from this, we don't find any difference, and both of them are a great offering for customers to choose from. We shall discuss more about these handsets as we explore the Oppo F5 more. In case you want to know more about the Vivo V7 Plus, we have our videos lined up for you in our channel, so you could check out those. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more such videos.